Everyone, hope everyone had a beautiful, beautiful week, a beautiful Shavuos. I know for the Isaacson family, it was a tremendous week. We celebrated the Chasna of my son Chaim Simcha on Monday evening, a glorious, beautiful evening, and Sheva Brachos now this week. There's something very, very unique about Corona weddings, much more intimate, outdoors, and there's something profoundly special. So we thank you all for the warm wishes, and I wanted to share. We are off now once again, Chutz La'aretz and Eretz Yisrael in terms of Parsha Shavua. I wanted to share an idea that bridges the two parashiyos, Naso and Beha'alotecha, and really opens up the first psukim in our parsha in Eretz Yisrael. Beha'alotecha, the Torah tells us that Aaron HaKohen was given a command of Beha'alotecha es haneros, and Rashi says, why is this connected? What's the smichus haparashios? What's the connection between the mitzvah of Beha'alotecha es haneros that Avram is given to the Chanukas HaNesiim that happened in last week's parsha, where every Nasi gave gifts to the Beis HaMikdash, and it was a big celebration of all the Nesiim. So the Rashi explains that when Aaron saw everything that the Nesiim were doing and their involvement and of the Chanukas HaMishkan, Cholsha oz da'ato. Aaron got depressed, he got upset. Shlohaya imam b'Chanukah, he did not have a chelik of that. Lo hu v'lo shivto. And neither him nor his shevet. And Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem says to Aaron, don't worry, chayecha shelcha gedola mishalahem. Yours is even greater. Sha'ata madlik umetiv zaneros, because you every single day will clean out the menorah and you're going to light the menorah. And that is how Aaron was assuaged, how he was calmed down. So the Ramban quotes this, and the Ramban says, like, what's the big nechama? So he had to clean out the neiros, he lit a candle. There were so many other glorious things in the Mishkan that were perhaps so much greater, so much more impressive. The Ketores, which is a special mitzvah of that was identified to the Kohanim every single morning, every single evening. The Avodas Yom HaKippurim, where Aaron would go, the Kohen Gadol would go, Lifnai v'Lifnim. So many other things that could have been identified. What is unique about the cleaning out of the menorah? So the Ramban gives a different shot, and the Ramban says, no, this wasn't talking about the daily Avod in the Beis HaMikdash, but rather that Aaron's offspring, generations later, would bring about the nace of Chanukah and the whole celebration of Matisyahu, and defeating the Yevonim, and now getting the mitzvah of rekindling the menorah Shel Beis HaMikdash. And now we, every single year, light our menorahs as a representation of that. That's what Aaron was given. So something much more dramatic. But Tzarachin and Rashi, what's so special about Rashi? So I think there's a number of pretty important messages that are being expressed here, even by Rashi, is that a lot of times in life, we seek the glory. We want the glory. And there's certain things that are glorious. You think about the going to the Avodas Yom HaKippurim, Kodesh Kadashim, once a year, one person. Wow, that's like dramatic. That's glorious. That's incredible. The Ketores was glorious, and the Psukim will praise the Ketores. What's so special about cleaning out the menorah and lighting the candle? It's very mundane. It's very ordinary. What is so special about that? But perhaps Rashi is telling us something pretty important, is that, first of all, the daily grind, the day-to-day, the day in, day out, avoda, perhaps that's more glorious than anything. We like the fanfare, we like the fireworks, but the simple fluorescent light, that's what provides the light every single day. The daily grind is really what it's all about. And being in the Beis HaMikdash, and yes, serving, not taking, not getting the covet, but serving, cleaning out, the mundane cleaning out, the hatavas haneros, that really was the most glorious, is telling us Rashi. Is all too often we seek out fireworks, we seek out big things, we seek out drama, and sometimes it's the daily things, the small things that mean so much more. And perhaps that's one of the messages that Rashi is telling us over here. I think there's another idea that we can point to, and that is we can look to Aaron HaKohen and identify what was Aaron getting upset about. He was upset that the Nesiim were contributing to the Beis HaMikdash. They were contributing to the Chanukas HaMizbeach. Aaron was a person who was Mikdash-centric, Mikdash-centered, Avodas Hashem-centered. And therefore he got depressed. Chal Shadaito, I want to also be able to tap in. My Shevet should tap into Kedusha. Don't worry, says Hashem. Is Shalcha Gedola Mishalahem. Yours is even greater. That's a very, very fundamental message as well. What gets us upset? What triggers us? What bothers us? So many people now are challenged. There's no sports in the world because we're sports-centered people. So how can we survive without sports? Some of us are challenged because we're money-centered. Some of us are challenged, we're restaurant-centered. We can't do the things that we normally do. Comes along Aaron HaKohen, and Aaron HaKohen was Mikdash-centered. He was Mishkan-centered, and therefore to be able to not participate in Mishkan was debilitating. Chol Shadaito, it depressed him, and therefore to have a daily responsibility of menorah in Mishkan, that was the fix. That was the cure. Shalcha Gedola Mishalahem. Don't worry, they have this one event in the Chanukas HaMishkan that they're involved in. You're going to have a daily experience. And again, I think that's a very, very profound message. I'll share with my son, hopefully over Shabbos, but the glory of Sheva Brachos, the glory of a wedding where you're in the middle of everything, and it's geschmack. It's so special. It's so special to be dancing with the closest of friends, dancing with your family, and experiencing those wonderful, wonderful brachos. It's a very, very special time. But then as we recede out of Sheva Brachos, out of those nightly celebrations of the chassan, of the kala, of the wedding, and of what they're building, then we move into the daily grind, the avodas hamenorah, the hatavas haneros, making sure that we take care of our daily responsibilities, because that's ultimately what it's all about. The chasna is amazing. That's the springboard. That's the fanfare. The Sheva Brachos are beautiful. But what really, perhaps the message that we're being told is the day-to-day grind that is so critical. And that's the ultimate, if one succeeds in that, that's the ultimate reward. It's the ultimate greatness. It's the ultimate connectivity. And we should be zoche in our own daily lives to be Mishkan-centric, to be Kedusha-centric, and to succeed in those daily challenges of that daily grind. Have a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh.